What is EQ Inspiration and what is your mission?
EQ Inspiration is an initiative to improve equality and to advance women to leadership in tech by inviting the men to the conversation. And I started EQ Inspiration because I was a woman in tech for 20 years. And then our last company was acquired. And at that point, I kind of looked up and I went, oh my God, nothing has changed in 20 years. It's time for me to try to do something about this.
And what exactly are you hoping to achieve and hoping to do to help change?
Well, there's a few different pieces that we need to consider to actually start moving things forward in the right direction. The first thing is that we need to share a vision. The vision needs to be 50-50. Now, 20% women, not 30, not 40, but 50% women at all levels inside the organization. People need to start to understand that they have to take their own responsibility. So as managers and leaders inside the organization, we can't sit around and wait for HR to do the job for us. So EQ Inspiration is really encouraging the individual to realize their power and understand what things can they do as individual contributors, as managers, or as leaders of an organization, both men and women.
How do you get men involved? How do you get them to come to the table and support women and help progress women through to the leadership level?
It's a tricky time right now because a lot of men are backing away because of the Me Too movement. And I'm really trying to encourage them to come to the table and come to the conversation. There's a couple of ways that I do that. First, I look at diversity of thought as a concept and I say, let's pick a theme for this event that we're having and let's discuss diversity of thought and diversity and inclusion with that theme in mind. And so I invite experts to talk about it, to open people's minds, to think about these things a little bit differently, not just as a number or a quota or equality per se. And then the second thing I do is I invite men role models. It's extremely important for the next generation managers, the millennials that are coming into the workforce, to get somebody to look up to. And so where women look up to women, and a lot of women take mentors that are men, the men that are the good guys and that are making a difference in their organization, not in HR, but as line managers and leaders, they can share examples of what they're doing proactively to support women and minorities in their organization. And through those examples, younger generation leaders will say, whoa, if he can do that, so can I.
How important are mentorship programs for companies to really see a change in the cultural diversity and inclusion within the company?
Mentorship programs are good, but I think that we need to be careful so we don't make them one-sided. It's not, now there's a lot of call for, if you're a man, become a mentor of a woman, but not all women want to have a man mentor. Maybe
so we need women supporting women.
We need women supporting women, and we need the men supporting the women, but we also need to create two-way mentorships. So where a man who's 45 years old and is a mentors a woman who's in her early 30s, he can also learn a ton from her by asking her the right questions. So seeing mentorship as a two-way coaching, if you will, is really important. Sponsorship is a little bit different because all men and women that are climbing their career ladder need to have a sponsor that actually helps make them visible. But for mentorship, you can have them for different reasons, and it's important that they're two-way, I think.
Well, you've built your career, you've worked on two companies with teams that grew and sold on to other companies. What were some of the lessons that you learned along the way?
Well, one of the things is that you do need to have a good team around you. You cannot grow and exit a business on your own. You really need to have a good group of peers around you.